Okay, we figured that out. Oh God. little technical difficulties, but we're fine. We
Are
made
we
it.
are we a little rusty for taking a week off?
Yes and no. It's because of the type of stream or link that we have set up now that's recurring. It's a whole thing. I don't want to get bogged down in the weeds on it. Judy, I have a question for you.
Okay.
It's October, so what time of year is it?
Fall?
It's
Supposed to
spooky
be?
season. I said October, so
Yeah, you're right. I'm like, fall?
so-
Question mark?
in honor of spooky season, I've come up with a whole costume that I'm going to wear on this show right now. So hold on one moment.
I mean, I guess he just left the whole time. I mean, now I'm Ryan according to the recording. So I actually really don't like being on this side. I don't like it. Is he gonna come back?
Ta-da!
Wow, what a whole outfit.
I know. It's amazing. Now, it did take a little while to get this craftsmanship figured out, but I mean, this is spooky season!
You know what was really spooky is when you dropped out and then my thing moved to your side and it just looked weird.
I did, but that would be a great costume if you went as me.
Let me get like a curly wig off.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I'm gonna do it next week.
Nope. You know what? Nope. No need to do that.
Too late. Too late. I'm gonna go find like a fake beard to just tape onto my face. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm going on Amazon right now, y'all.
Oh God. Welcome to a conversation with Judy and Ryan right here on YouTube at takeabreathpod. Also, check us out wherever you podcast. If you want to get the audio version, that's Spotify, that is Apple Music or Apple Podcasts. Yeah, it's Apple Pod. God,
Apple
see,
Podcasts.
I still call it iTunes because I'm old. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man. Also, if you want to support the channel, please feel free to check out our Patreon. Even if you don't actually subscribe to anything, if you just want to sign up to be a member there, we would appreciate it. Yeah, we did take last week off. And I had a whole plan to do a little mini show because Judy went to Miami. She had a vacation plan. We'll talk about the vacation in the second half of the show, but Judy had a vacation, and so I was planning on doing just a little thing. And then, like, I just didn't.
I know.
So there were a lot of moving pieces. The EP was over at my mom's house watching the dogs, and my ex-wife was out of town, so I had Asher, and I thought I would have more time to do stuff, and it just didn't work out. So my options were to record it Saturday night and or Sunday morning and upload it, or just not. So I went with the latter because I was tired.
It's okay. After I think it was after Friday night that I didn't get a text from you because you said you were gonna FaceTime me. I was like, maybe he's not gonna do it. Yeah, you said no.
Oh, no, yeah, during the show. Yeah, okay.
You're like, I'm gonna FaceTime you.
I thought you meant just in general.
No.
What a terrible friend I am.
I was like, he's probably not gonna do it because I told him we couldn't do it Saturday night. So I was like, okay, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. And then I thought that was gonna be the long part of my week? Or time, I should say, coming into this next show that we're doing right now. But then Tuesday happened, and Tuesday set me on a spiraling path of not having any energy that reverberated throughout the rest of my week. So on Monday and Tuesdays, I have to take Asher to school before I go to work. So those are the days that I wake up extra early. So I get up around 5:15, get in the shower, get him going, all that stuff, drop him off to work. And then while I'm at work, I get a phone call from an unknown number. Well, not unknown, but a number that I don't know.
Right.
But it is a 702 number. So those I have come to generally trust when it is a local number, and just roll the dice, okay? Probably is still going to be some scammer, but you take your chance. And I get this phone call, and it's the EP's doctor saying, hey, we've been trying to get a hold of your wife. We need you to get her to the hospital right now so that she can get a blood transfusion, because apparently her hemoglobin is super low.
Super low.
She is anemic. She's always been anemic, so that's not a super big surprise. But her hemoglobin is low. So in order to do some more biopsies, they need her to have better blood, essentially.
Right. More blood, yes.
So she needed to do a blood transfusion. So they set it up. Apparently, you could just set it up to where you can just go to the emergency room, which makes sense because it would be the emergency room where people would probably need blood.
Yes.
You know, you get into a car accident or something like that. You're like, hey, I'm running out.
Yeah.
So unbeknownst to her, it's like no less than a 12-hour process.
Wow.
Right? So it wasn't like she was just walking into the ER. I'll take the one on the left. And then they stuck her. And no, they had to fully admit her, which is fine. But I'm getting the phone call regarding that also while I'm at work. So now I'm like, okay, this is going to change how some things are going to be going today. So she gets admitted. And the reason that it takes so long is because, even if you know what blood type you are, they still have to test you for it, right? Mm-hmm. So that, and then depending on how much blood you need, it's 2 hours per bag. And you need to have
how many
time
bags
off.
did she have?
So she had to have 2 bags.
Okay.
So that, and then you need to have an hour in between. And then after that, they have to take a look at your vitals and everything after the fact. So for her day, she was at the hospital from 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. almost. Maybe 11 a.m. to 8 a.m. She wanted to sleep in that day. But either way, pretty close to 24 hours.
Oh.
So now I'm like, okay, after work, I'm going to visit her at the hospital. And then Asher has a baseball game. Oh, shit. I have left his baseball stuff at the house instead of giving it to his mom's roommate who's going to watch him because his mom was coming into town that day. Mm-hmm. So she was going to watch him until mom came back, but he needed his baseball stuff. So now I'm driving in the car. I have to drive home to get his baseball stuff. I grab it and I drive to her house. I give it to them and I drive to the hospital. And so finally I'm getting to hang out with her. She's in good spirits. Her dad's there. We're all talking. I'm there for 25 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then I get a text message from the roommate saying, Asher said his cleats aren't in his bag. And I went, no, because they're on my front doorstep. Because that's where I had left them. Because in my rush, I didn't think about cleats. I thought about a glove and a bat and his uniform. So now I have to leave the hospital, go get his cleats, and go to the baseball game, which I'd already planned on going, but since he has to be there a half hour early and I had his cleats, I now have to be at the greatest baseball game ever. Because you know how much I love it, a half hour early. Which, a side note, real quick, this league is a joke. It's a full joke. We need to get Asher into a different league, okay? One, all of the uniforms, it's official. They're all blue. Because, you know what? Hold on, I was going to do this. Let's go. So all of the teams are based off of... Why is that not going? What the hell? Okay, that's not good. Okay, maybe... Oh, here, I could do this. Okay, so all the teams are based off of actual teams, right?
Right, like MLB teams. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So... Oh, actually, no, that is exact. Okay, that's exactly how they look. Okay, so they have chosen, like I've said previously, to use all the blue colors. There's 0 white, there's 0 red, there's 0 gray. Everyone is a type of blue, okay?
Okay.
Maybe this is the marketing by actual MLB, and I just don't watch enough baseball, but it seems like everyone is in blue and there's no other colors. Sorry. So that part is a joke. The second reason it's a joke is because they have these scoreboards. And do you know who is in charge of making sure that the scoreboards are accurate?
Some parent.
Yep, just anyone. A parent, a son, a bum that's just walking by, anyone. You have thumbs? You have opposable thumbs? You're good, okay? And I say this because this week, the parent who was doing it had no understanding of baseball. Because you would just think, I'll put it this way, if you hit a foul ball, unless it's the foul that would cause you to strike out, right? So if you have 2 or less strikes, or no. If you foul and if you have 0 or 1 strikes, there we go, then the foul ball will count as a strike. If you have 2 strikes, then the foul will not count as a strike. So the kid hits the ball, the umpire says foul, and I heard this lady go, "What does that mean? Should I do something?
Do I need to press a button?"
And look, she figured it out, I'm guessing. Maybe. I stopped paying attention. Why? Because we lost again. So then, after the game is over, the game goes from 7:30 to 9:30. So remember, I've been going from 5:15 to now 9:30. And normally, this is when I start to power down to go to bed.
Right.
But instead, since I got unjustly ripped away from being with the EP, I went back to go visit her. And same thing, I wasn't there very long because it was getting late. But I'm there for another, 30 to 45 minutes. And then, sorry, there's a bug. There's a fly. I almost had him. I almost Daniel Sonned him. Didn't work though. So then I go home and I'm like, cool, the day can be over. Oh, wait, Thor needs to have his food made. Because he's a fucking fancy dog who needs to have and guess what? We put rice in his food. So that's at least a 30-minute time period right there.
30 minutes?
Yeah.
I mean, why don't you just buy like the microwavable rice for him?
Ew. What's the point of making healthy food for the dog if you're going to destroy all the nutrients by zapping it? And then also, the amount of rice that we make, I would have to make so much minute rice. And no. Gross.
Okay. I don't know.
God, what kind, you know what? You need, tell Keith to go
I don't
find him a
make my
wife that'll
dog
make
rice.
real rice, okay?
I have a rice cooker. How dare you?
Okay, they use the rice cooker. It's still going to take about 20 minutes minimum in the rice cooker.
I know, but it's for your dog. I didn't know if y'all like make fresh rice for him every time.
Why wouldn't we? We're making everything else fresh.
You got a bougie ass dog.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want this, but the EP makes me do it because he got like fucking pancreatitis or some dumb shit. And so now he's got a sensitive system. This dog used to eat full-on chocolate bars out of the trash and be fine. And now if he has a wrong piece of kibble, then he goes all apoplectic for 4 days or whatever. So I make the food. It is now 11:15 by the time I'm entering the bedroom. And I look at my phone and I'm like, God damn, there are so many people who texted me that I should probably text back. I texted my mom and went to bed. It was just one of those days. And I'm not going to talk about what's going on with the EP and all that stuff all the time, because the point of this show is to make you laugh. It's to get the funny ha-has, right? So obviously, talking about all the bad stuff that's going on too is not in the best interest of certain things. But when I do find a moment where I can tell you about the plight that I have had to go through in relation to this terrible thing that's going on, and I can get some funny ha-has out of it, I will try.
Wow.
So yeah, that was fun. I love, at one point the EP's dad was like, "You look tired." I'm like, "Yep. That is correct. Thank you." But that's my life, try to keep you guys updated with it. What's going on with you, Judy?
Okay, so I didn't realize how busy our October is. And I was telling Keith, like, on our way back from Miami, I'm like, wow, we literally had to do something almost every weekend in October, which is so wild for us because we're typically just like, we like to chill at home and not do anything type, and now I'm thinking like, wow. And so this weekend, so last week/weekend we were in Miami, and this weekend I have all my friends coming to town because I'm hosting Friendsgiving, which is a very early Friendsgiving.
Yeah, Friendsgiving before Halloween?
Yeah, it's like a Halloween Friendsgiving because we were all busy in November, so we couldn't find a weekend.
Okay.
I was like, fuck it, we'll do it we'll do it the last weekend of October. It'll be fine. And so all my friends are coming in. And so I've been cleaning and I'm like, I'm figuring out where everyone's sleeping, like sleeping arrangements. Cause we have 2 guest rooms, an office, and then we have a couch in the living room. Right. And so there's 8 people staying at our house. So then I've been kind of cleaning up and making sure it's like, oh, do I even have enough pillows? Like, we didn't have enough pillows. I had to buy more pillows.
See, another reason why hosting sucks.
But look, it's the first time. So now I just do it. I'll have everything for whenever we decide to do this again next year.
No, you're not. Because you know what's going to happen?
What?
That shit's going to take up too much space. And at some point, you're just be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to buy new stuff for in 4 years when we do Friendsgiving again at our place. I'll buy new stuff. I guarantee you in like 6 months, you're going to be looking at those pillows and all the other linens or whatever that you buy. And you're like, I could do so much with this room. And you're going to just throw it all in the trash.
No, it's all going to go in the attic. It's okay. It's fine.
I forgot. Y'all have attics. Okay.
We do have an attic. Yes.
We don't have attics in Vegas. We don't have attics. We don't have basements. It's just you're stuck. You're stuck with the regular living space.
Main level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I've been like, okay, because we have one main guest room that's always ready for if we ever have any guests come through. Then in my office, we have my pull-out couch. And so I go, damn, we ain't got no pillows there. I need blankets.
Well, also 8 people. How many families is that?
It's just 8. So
No, but how many families? So three couples.
2 couples. Val and her baby.
Okay, we'll count them as a couple. And Val and my baby.
Val and Ryan Jr.
Yeah, exactly.
And then my friends John and Jess.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's 4 couples or 4 families, essentially. So you have the guest bedroom, you have your office, you have possibly a couch downstairs. Where is the 4th couple going to be staying? And I get it, you're probably going to say, the other office?
Yeah, Keith's office. So we have an air mattress in Keith's office.
Oh, lovely. How I'm sure Keith is fucking thrilled about that. His one place of solace, and you're just like, yep, fuck it. I need the space.
I know. And so, so I actually started. So we have like a futon like topper for my we were just talking about you.
Hey, Keith.
I miss you, Ryan.
I miss you too. I miss you too.
He says he misses you too. Were you already asleep?
No.
Oh, good night.
Good night.
Are you going to bed?
I love this guy.
You love that guy? You're pointing at the camera. You're not actually.
So
Hi.
Good.
Oh my god. Anyway. Man.
Later on, when we talk about your vacation, I have so many other things to talk about regarding that man too. I cannot wait. All right.
Okay, so anyway, so we got like this futon topper for my pull-out couch, and I had to have to puff it out, so I just threw it in Keith's office.
Oh my god! What the fuck? This poor man.
He's fine. He's been busy anyway.
He's fine, she says. I said it's fine, so it's fine. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, and so now, and even next weekend, we're still busy into November.
Why? What's going on next weekend?
So we're flying out to San Diego Friday.
Oh my god. Another concert that you have to go see?
No, it's actually for my work. I actually have to work out there, but I'm bringing Keith along because, why not?
Because he has County Blue Ribbon Fair Day happening or something, so why not?
It's actually his birthday weekend, so I decided we can spend his birthday weekend in San Diego. So,
how sweet of you to spend his birthday weekend on a business trip. That's so thoughtful of you.
Look. My job paid for me to go out there, so he's can tag along.
I'm sure that he didn't want to just have don't get me wrong, I'm sure he wanted to spend his weekend with people, but I'm sure he was really looking forward to just chilling in a hotel room while you're at work all day. That sounds like a great birthday.
He can actually come with me. It's a different work trip, so we'll see how it goes. It's my first one. We'll see how it goes.
What do you mean it's a different work trip?
It's so you guys know I work for a podcast company.
Yeah.
So they're doing podcast recording sessions. And so we and I just have to kind of take people to where they're supposed to be, and then
why is Keith allowed to go?
Because it's just chill. It's not like a It's not
because I work for a podcast startup, so I'm not taking them seriously.
It's not like we're going to conferences, and it's not very, I don't know what to tell y'all.
I can't wait until you get back on here a week after that happens. You're like, y'all, Keith got yelled at because he wasn't supposed to be there.
I told him he's coming with me, and my boss is like, oh, awesome, great. So.
Yeah, I mean, they say one thing, and then we'll see what happens. Look.
We'll see.
Like I said, I'm sure that this is going to be a fabulous birthday week, working weekend for Keith, getting to, help you with your job and not just get to relax all weekend and play video games and watch football and, maybe have some gummies here or there. But no. I'm sure he's way more looking forward to just following you around, escorting random medical podcasters around.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
Why do I feel like this story has an "Am I overreacting" coming up to it? Speaking of, God, there's an "Am I overreacting" that I found that I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay.
Am I overreacting to my husband's coworker messaging him about other women? My husband's male coworker frequently messages him about attractive women at work. When I confronted my husband, he said I should be aware of his coworker's behavior by now, which includes being touchy with other women despite being married. He also mentioned that he only discusses these topics when his friends bring them up to avoid seeming less masculine. I'm feeling uncomfortable with this dynamic and questioning whether it's acceptable or normal. How should I approach this? Am I overreacting? So, I don't think that she's overreacting because of one thing. Now, if this was... Look, I'm not going to say that there's not space for guy talk, locker room talk, whatever you want to call that, right?
Yeah.
There is, but there's two aspects of this story that make it feel like it's over the line for me.
Okay.
The first aspect is that these are women who are at work, and if you work with them, it's probably not good to have a paper trail of how hot Susan in accounting is, right? Probably just not the best.
Probably not.
The other thing that makes me feel off about it is that these are two married men talking about women that they work with, and that one of the married men, the friend, apparently is a little more touchy-grabby than he probably should be, which just tells me that he is definitely doing some dirt.
Yeah.
Now, if this was two married men and they were just talking about how hot a celebrity was, or even a girl at a bar that they go to or whatever, I would probably feel a little different. I know a lot of women out there would be like, no, maybe celebrities are okay, but as soon as they're in real life, it's a no-go. Right?
I've mentioned it before. I've mentioned that before. I'm just saying.
But that's what I'm saying about the, like I said, the guy talk, the locker room talk. There's always like, oh, yeah, you see that girl over there? She's so hot. I would love to have a night with her or whatever. But you don't ever actually go talk to her. You don't actually ever come around her presence or whatever.
You don't really, exactly.
So that's what I mean when I say girls at a bar or whatever. But maybe there is a 5'2" Latina EP around me that would be like, no. I said no. I won, and everyone needs to know that I won. No one else gets it.
There you go. So
that's why I feel like the wife is not fully overreacting because of the people that the husband is associating himself with. Mm-hmm. But it's not as black and white as I would like for it.
I don't know. I just feel like coworkers are those type like. You really just don't say those things because you see them every day. And if you have these thoughts about them like that, like what's stopping you from, just going in the op break room or something, locking the door? I don't know.
It's called the cameras. The cameras are what's stopping you. I mean, you work remote, so I don't think there's a camera in your break room. We don't know what you and Keith be doing during your 15-minute breaks. But all right.
Keith is at school.
I'm just saying, sometimes he has days off and you're at work still.
True. You're right.
Okay, so that one.
You're right.
That
you're
one.
right. Mm.
Okay, so that one that seems pretty cut and dry though. Like it's
that one
gray,
was-
but it's still like she's not fully overreacting.
No, that dude's friends is sleazy.
This one, I don't even care if the person is overreacting or not, but I have a question to ask you regarding it. Okay, so this one, am I overreacting about my partner not washing their hands? We were in the kitchen prepping for dinner, and my partner was sweeping the floor, and some time passes, and he gets more things for dinner and realizes that he didn't recall seeing my partner use the sink. Me, hey, did you wash your hands after sweeping? Them, no, I never specifically think to wash my hands after sweeping. Not sure what to think, as I thought it was pretty standard to wash your hands and cleaning, especially before cooking. Is this normal? Am I overreacting? So yes, obviously they're overreacting, because anytime you prepare food in general, you should, or no, they are not overreacting. My apologies. Because anytime you prepare food in general, you should wash your hands.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But does sweeping qualify as a cleaning that you need to wash your hands after?
If you're just sweeping and you're not like picking up the dust, like you have to get on there and, put it in the little, what are those called?
Dustpans.
Dustpans. Just one blink there, y'all. Like
It happens. It happens.
You know,
look at your co-host. No one's gonna judge you, okay?
But so I guess if you're just sweeping to get things out of the way, you're not putting it in the dustpan, then I don't see why you would need to sweep. But if you're down there, dust can get so.
But
I think that would be my take.
I don't fully. I'm not gonna say that I disagree with you, because what you're saying does make sense. But even with the dustpan, like, I'm not saying that if it's so much dust that like it's obviously going onto your hands and everything like that. But if it's just a little thing, in my opinion, the dustpan, whatever you're traipsing on your hand from the dustpan, isn't going to be anything worse than what you've already put on it using the broom. So I just don't see the point of washing your hand. Now, caveat, if there's something that medically says it's healthy to wash your hands before you do, then yes, obviously. But just to live your life, like, I don't think about I'm using the broom, because the same thing with a vacuum. Vacuum kicks up a lot of dust. Like, it's also supposed to suck it in and everything, but it kicks up dust. I don't think to go and use I
do not wash my hands.
After I vacuum.
I do not wash my hands after vacuuming. I will say that.
See? And then sometimes you got to use the vac. You got to pull the hose out, and you got to get real up in there, right? Like, right? Or whatever you got to do to get in there. And that's probably, you should probably wash your hands after that if you're going to wash them after a dustpan.
Yeah.
But we don't.
We don't.
See? This is what this is. This is big vacuums trying to get the broom companies shut down. That's what this is. This is the first attempt. All right. There's no more to talk about this. We've decided that washing your hands after sweeping, unless obviously necessary, is dumb. So, take that for what it is.
Sorry.
All right. When we come back, we will hear all about Judy's trip. And there's a conspiracy regarding your trip that I have to let you know about. So you'll find out. Yeah, you're going to find out about that and whatever else we talk about right here on A Conversation with Judy and Ryan. Woo! All right, we are back right here. It's A Conversation with Judy and Ryan. You know what's so funny is that I pulled this amazing costume. I put it on so fast, you haven't even been able to notice. Yeah. Still gotta always stay business professional for the show. So gotta leave the hat on. Even if you have to cover it in a very, very involved costume like I have on tonight.
I see it.
Yep. I mean, I feel like I could go on the set of a Marvel movie right now and no one would know that I wasn't supposed to be there.
No one would notice.
See?
Okay.
See? Someone comes at me.
With your hand?
Well, no, I was supposed to. It was,
Oh.
I was in there, but it went so fast because I'm a superhero. So everything moves so fast you couldn't see what was happening. Okay, that's all that is. Oh man.
Wow.
If you want to help us make more content like this award-winning stuff we have for you right now, remember to check out our
great.
Patreon at TABPOD. You can also get on social media with us anywhere at TABPOD. If you want the podcast, the audio podcast, wherever you audio podcast, just search A Conversation with Judy and Ryan. I know it's a whole thing.
He knows, guys. He knows.
All right. So, Judy, there's been some conspiracy theories going around my house.
Oh, okay.
Because you went to Miami to go see Taylor Swift.
Yes.
But you never told me or the EP that you were going to see Taylor Swift. So the conspiracy theory that's being thrown around is that you didn't say anything so that I wouldn't ruin your trip by talking about it in any way, shape, or form. How do you plead?
Wait, I did say
How do you plead?
not guilty.
Okay, fair. That's a good
What?
plea.
I'm pretty sure I've mentioned on the show we're going to see Taylor Swift.
I'm sure that you have, but if you did, it was a while ago, and you didn't mention it. You didn't mention it specifically regarding this trip on the show or outside of the show at any point. And look, I don't remember my own schedule past today, okay? You know when I start thinking about my schedule for tomorrow? When I wake up.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, okay? And then the EP is like, hey, you know we have this thing today. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Why didn't anyone tell me? I did. I told you 2 weeks ago. And you didn't think about it until this morning. So
now,
there you go. So that's been the minor conspiracy that has been going around the house. Is that you might be keeping stuff from me because I might ruin it.
I mean, I don't think you would have ruined it, so.
Okay. Well, then why didn't you tell me, huh? Why did you bring it up again?
I thought I did, but you know what? I'm sorry for not bringing it up again.
Well, I'm sorry that I am so insecure, okay?
I'm pretty sure I told you when you said you were going to FaceTime me. I go, no, not on Saturday because I'm going to be at the concert.
You said at the concert, but you never said what concert, right? So
interesting. Okay.
Right? And because I'm not a good friend, I didn't do any follow-up questions. Okay?
True.
So true, you're not a good friend.
You did not follow up, is what I was saying.
Oh man, poor Keith has to go to the fucking Taylor Swift concert again. God damn.
It's just the one time, not again.
What do you mean not just the one time? You made him go to the movie. Didn't you make him go to a different Taylor Swift concert? Or this is the one that's making up for the other one?
This is the one making up for the other one.
Oh, okay. Yes. God, living the life, man. You know, getting to go to Taylor Swift, having to spend his birthday weekend at work conferences. Like, oh, God. If it wasn't for getting a BJ a day, I don't know, man.
Look, he had a blast when we went to Miami. All right, like
that's because
even
he
the Taylor
was
Swift concert.
That's because, and I'm gonna put him on blast a little bit, not in a bad way, but I'm gonna be pulling the curtain back a little bit. The reason he had so much fun was because he was high out of his mind. Okay, you know how I know? Because he started pre-gaming 3 days before. And he was texting me.
He was sober.
No, he was not, because I asked him. I said, are you high?
Okay. Yeah, early in the week before our trip. because he had
Oh
the
yeah,
whole week.
I'm totally sure that he was high before the trip, but then didn't need to get any kind of medication while going to the Taylor Swift concert.
He did it. I can 100% tell you he did it.
Hold on, there was
Sorry to burst your bubble.
I don't believe you, okay? I believe that he was definitely hoarding gummies the whole time. Hold on, this where? Oh, that's right, because I have him under a real man.
Oh my god.
So this is hold on.
First of all, when was this? Was it on a Monday or a Tuesday? I can't remember when I texted you and I said, sorry, Keith is high.
I don't know, but this was pre-trip. This was him cleansing his brain before he had to go to Miami and watch Taylor Swift. This is what he said. We said some other stuff, but he asked me, he said, fire Judy, hire me. I said, as my co-host, ... intriguing. A conversation with Ryan and Keith. And then he replied to that, nah, two bros in a hot tub. I go, Judy might divorce you though. Actually made me laugh audibly from my desk though, so thank you. And he goes, oh, Judy just took a typing test. She got 70 words per minute.
He was laying down right here in the couch behind me while I was working.
I was working? Taking a typing test?
Look, Is
that how you guys role play? Like, you're like, oh, I have this deadline to meet, and he like seduces. Oh, is that why you're taking him on the work trip? Oh, so you could do the break room. I see. That's smart. That's actually real smart. That's how you keep the fire going. Good for you guys.
You know, gotta keep
I don't think your boss knows that this is why your husband's coming out, but I mean, hey, if you get away with it.
I was here. I remember him texting you. I go, stop texting Ryan. He's at work. I go, normal people are working right now, Keith. And he's like, it's okay. He wanted to call you. I go, no, do not call Ryan. He is at work. Oh,
he called me. I just couldn't answer. Like, he called. I couldn't answer. So.
Oh, man. Yeah. Love that man.
He really is great. He's honestly. Also, the reason I didn't answer is because I'm in my I'll answer for an unknown number in case it's emergency, like what happened.
Yeah.
But if I know who it is, I'm still in my 90-day probation period, so I'm not trying to. But no, dude, you call me after December, I'll answer the phone. Okay.
It'll be perfect. We'll have new gummies by then.
The EP is pissed at me. Speaking of days off.
Yeah.
Because we've always had the same days off because the insurance boutique / emporium didn't give state holidays off essentially.
Right.
But my new job does. So we had Nevada Day off.
Oh, that's what you were off today.
Right. We had and she didn't get that. And I was also off last week for Columbus Day. And she didn't get that one either. The first one,
y'all
she
get
was
Columbus Day?
I know, right? And the first day, she was like, I'm so happy for you. Like, that's so great that you get the day off. And she found out I had Nevada Day off. And she was like, shut the fuck up. You shut up. You don't talk for the rest of the day, okay? Mr. I have Nevada Day. You don't talk to me.
See, that's how you feel when Keith gets fall break off.
Yeah, exactly. So it's cyclical is basically what it is. Like everybody has to hear about it at some point. Okay, so I'm sorry, I got all sidetracked. So what happened on this trip?
Okay, so
special.
Our Miami trip. It was aside from Taylor Swift, we got to do, so Keith had a food bucket list.
Okay.
He only wanted two things. He wanted a real key lime pie.
Okay.
And he wanted a Cubano sandwich. I was like, perfect.
You can get one of those in Northtown though. Okay, sorry. You want it authentic. I get it. Okay.
Yes. So we get in Wednesday night pretty late, so we didn't do anything. Thursday, I was like, all right, cool. We can go to Little Havana because I've never been to Little Havana either. And that place was so dope. They had so many murals and it was just so colorful. They had like the domino park where old Cubans are just playing like dominoes and stuff, like throwing it down. I was like, oh, damn. Okay.
What is it about old ethnic guys where it's just like, at what age do you just like, I gotta play dominoes? Something compels me to start going and throwing dominoes down because I don't know any young people that do that.
Nope.
But if you're 60 plus and in a park or at a barbecue, that is all you are doing.
They're just around the table throwing it down. I was like, oh my God.
Do you get dominoes for your 60th birthday and you get inducted into the club? Is that what happens? Like
maybe. It's like their pastime, right? As soon as they turn 60, it's like, here, you get your own new set.
You get a new set, you get some tea. You're not allowed to drink anything but tea now.
Yeah.
Unless it's your mom or my mom who have very specific coffee needs.
Right, decaf only.
Am I going to get a letter that says I'm not allowed to drink G Fuel when I'm 60?
You probably shouldn't drink G Fuel when you're 60.
Why not? Built different, okay?
No, don't. You should stop drinking that after a certain age, I think.
I feel like I'm already past the age that I should have stopped drinking it, okay? We're a little past the due date.
Like, at what age do I tell Keith to stop drinking Celsius and Alani?
Right. I don't think that there is one. I think you should just let that man have his Celsius and Alani's and call it his peach flavored things and call it a day. God. I like how you said it too. Not at what age should I start bringing it up to him? At what age do I make him stop?
Yeah. Like cold turkey. No more caffeine for you.
Oh my God. That sounds terrible.
I think he might like shut down.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so you went to Little Havana.
So we went to Little Havana and it was so neat. I've never been. People were so lively. Even on like a random Thursday, there was still so many people out. And that was fun. Weather was great. Two of my friends came. So Val and Celia came with us.
What the fuck do all your friends do for a living that they can just go on all these trips?
I mean,
I don't care. It's just going to depress me. Don't tell me. I don't want to know.
Anyways, but unfortunately for them, they had like flight delays. And I felt so bad for Val because she was supposed to come from Austin to Miami. And she had like a stopover in Tennessee, I think. So her flight was delayed coming out of Austin. So then she would have missed her connection to Tennessee. And then they eventually said there was a maintenance issue, so they had to cancel her flight altogether. So she's like,
so she just didn't go.
No. She ends up, my poor friend, she ends up flying from Austin to Orlando and then driving 4 hours from Orlando to Miami.
Damn.
Yeah. And it was like 1 a.m. is when she got in. I was like, girl.
I would have just stayed in Austin. Like, not going.
Wild.
Not going.
Wild. And then she had to drive back to Orlando after.
I'm definitely not fucking going then. Nah. Yeah, the Orlando airport is not that cool that I want to drive 4 hours to and from it, okay?
But the thing was that because she had to return her car rental to Orlando or else it would have cost her an extra $300 to return it to Miami.
Like, yeah, I know.
Crazy.
I know about that. In the new job, I work at a rental car spot. I know all about that.
You do know all about that. Should have asked you for a coupon code.
We're a little nicer about it. I don't know if it's the same one. We're a little nicer about it. We'll let you drop it off most places in the state. Mm-hmm. It's if you go out of state that we're like, don't quote me on that because if I'm not in the sales department, okay? So if somebody tells you different, you do what they say. I don't want to hear none of this shit. Well, Ryan told me no, okay?
Look him up in your system. You're able to look him up. Look at your little emails. Type his email. This is this person's last name.
ma'am, that goes against it. Just type it in.
Anyway, so eventually both my friends get there because they're staying at the same hotel. We go on Friday. We're like, oh, what should we do? And Celia wanted to go on a airboat Everglades tour. Let me tell ya, this airboat tour was the funnest thing we did aside from Taylor Swift. Like, have you ever been on an airboat?
No, but I've watched movies.
Them things are fast. Our tour guide was pretty dope. We also saw like 3 crocodiles, and it was just the highlight of the trip.
Say that again?
Man.
You saw 3 what?
Crocodiles?
The first time you did not put that first R in there. You said crocodiles.
Crocodiles?
You said crocodiles.
I didn't say crocodiles. I said crocodiles.
No. Rewind the tape.
We'll replay.
God, someone's getting ready for her night routine, if y'all know what I mean. Okay.
Anyways, it just makes me think. So when Keith listens to our podcast, like, so side note, when Keith listens to our podcast, he listens to it at like 1.5 speed. So when I'm in the car listening to it, I go, why am I talking so fast?
That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign for us that he has to speed through it. Okay.
He listens to all his podcasts like that, though.
Oh, it's all of them. Okay. So it's not just specifically us. Okay.
No, I go, why are they talking? Anyway, so he does that. But these airboats are so much fun. So you get like, your headphones because it's very loud. But man, he is like Tokyo drifting on these waters. I was like, oh shit. But we were also very drunk when we did this.
Oh my God. See, that.
And
I cannot tell you how much that ruins the believability of how much fun this could have been when you add in, well, we were also intoxicated. He was drifting around corners. He was like going, this was so fast, 3 miles an hour going around the corner. But there's a fan. There's a fan in front or behind you, so it feels like you're going so much faster. Oh my God. We saw 3 crocodiles, but really it was 2 iguanas and a pair of shoes.
Wow. Anyways, no, we actually did see 3 crocodiles. Keith was sober because he was our sober driver.
Oh, I'm sure another time he was just thrilled. Fucking, he has to be the sober driver with you 3 drunk asses.
Oh my God. The best story that Keith told us is, so the Everglades is about an hour away from Miami. And we had to stop and pee at like a gas station. And I remember passing by the Hard Rock Stadium. So it was the first night of Taylor Swift's concert. So, lots of traffic and lots of people. But we stopped by a gas station nearby. And we go to the restroom. And there's a long line in the women's. And they're like, the people in front of us are like, hey, the men's room is open. We're like, fuck it, we're going to go pee in the men's room. Like, we needed to pee. And so we go into the men's room, and it's not like they have a urinal. It's just a regular toilet. Like, it could have just been a, non-gender specific and everyone can use it type thing. But anyways, we go in there, and, like me and my friends take turns peeing because there's only one toilet. And all we hear is some guy knocking, right? And my friends are like, sorry, we're peeing. We'll be right out. Like, he's trying to like open the door. And what do you know? It was Keith.
Oh my God.
And so we get back in the car, and Keith is telling me, he's like, yeah, the girls in there, he's like, they warned me that there were 3 drunk girls in the bathroom.
Oh, fuck.
And I go, and then he opens the door and he sees us, and he's like, oh yeah, it's my wife. It's my wife and her friend.
Poor Keith. Like, this man is a saint, okay?
Love him because
what just random present are you going to get him for all of this?
We'll see. There's a lot of things because his birthday's coming up also, so it's gonna be a lot of presents.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I always forget that the birthday's coming up, so that
yeah. So that was Friday, and Saturday's the day of the concert, so we go to get brunch. we're like fine now because both my friends were like super hungover. I was not. I was fine. I drank my 2 Tylenols before I went to sleep. Drank my water.
I've always been the heavyweight of the group, so God,
like we good. But boy, that's Friday night when we took Val and Celia back to their hotel. Woo, what a wild trip.
And then the concert was good, obviously.
The concert was awesome. I will say Taylor Swift she puts on a great show. We were lucky enough that it was our night 2, so her Saturday show was the only show that didn't rain on her. The first night and the third night was pouring rain in Miami, but we got lucky we didn't get any rain. Now, let me tell y'all how much I love Keith and how much he loves me.
Oh God.
Because before the show started, I was like, I want a shirt, like I want a hoodie. I want a hoodie or a crew neck. It was one of the two. And I was like, I don't know. I told Keith, I go check. I tell him, go check and see how long the line is. And he gets there and I'm waiting for him to text me to see, like, it's this mile long or type thing. No, I didn't hear from him for like 30 minutes. I was like, hey, where are you? He's like, oh, I'm standing in the merch line. I was like, well, how long is it? Come back if it's going to take you an hour plus. Like, just come back. I'm texting him, like, just come back to our seats.
Oh.
No. He stays in line for an hour and a half, misses the opener, misses the opening. He misses the opener for Taylor Swift, and then he misses Taylor opening song. He's like, but once the concert started, he's like, everybody left, so then I got to go in line. I was like, okay, but yeah. So wow.
Yeah, no, maybe that conspiracy was right, because I'm gonna have to throw some knowledge on you real quick, okay? I'm not saying Keith doesn't love you, and that's not part of why he wasn't willing to be in that line. But his alternative was not even the Taylor Swift concert, but the opener for the Taylor Swift concert. Oh no! Who was opening for her?
Some singer. I think her name was like Gracie Abrams. No,
yeah, you watched the whole thing and you don't even remember. I'm sure Keith was, oh no, I missed Casey Abrams or Gracie Abrams or whatever Yellowstone character is up on stage. I missed her. Oh, I missed the beginning of the Taylor Swift concert that I've already seen the movie of. Oh no, I guess I'll just have to sit in this line while I'm going to be at this venue for 18 hours for this fucking concert. I guess I could spend 1.5 of those hours in this line. That was orchestrated. My man is smart. He's thinking 4 moves ahead at all times.
Yeah. Regardless, though.
Not to mention, you 3 Yentas were probably getting super drunk again. He's like, I already fucking dealt with that yesterday.
No, we did not, actually, because of what happened the day before.
Oh, okay. It was either what happened the day before or the prices were too expensive. And also, what the crew neck? Just say a fucking t-shirt. What did this? I'm looking right now at a crew neck like it's a special kind of shirt. No, it's a shirt.
It's not a shirt. It's a crew neck sweater.
No. Okay, if it's a sweater, that's just a sweater.
I don't know what to tell you. It's called a crew neck sweater. Okay.
God, I was like, crew neck, what? Why is it
no,
that
but
familiar, but I don't know what that is. Like, oh, look, he's freaking his shirt.
Look, listen, the crew neck that I actually wanted was sold out already. By the time Keith got there, and I was like, he's like, what's number 2? So he like took a picture of like all the merch he had. I was like, okay, crew neck's number 1. Number 2 is the beige hoodie. And so he got the beige hoodie.
So plot twist 2. They did have one more shirt, and he said, I'm gonna buy it right now. I'm gonna burn that motherfucker. Okay, she is never gonna get this fucking shirt, and then I'm gonna look like the good guy. Be like, oh no, they're out. What else can I get you? This dude is so smart.
No.
He's taking you down piece by piece, and you're loving him for it. God!
Why would he spend all that money just to burn something? Let's be real here.
Oh, please. I've seen men do much dumber things for much more money. Okay? Like,
Fair.
so sometimes you just need the catharsis of doing some shit. All right. Well, no, I'm glad you guys had fun. I'm glad Keith was able to kill a couple hours of having to be at that concert by waiting in line.
Yeah.
How was the Wi-Fi? How was the Wi-Fi or the cellular connection?
At the stadium?
Yeah.
It was great.
Oh, yeah. He was definitely in line on his phone. Like, this is a way better time. Having so much fun in the line. This could stay here forever. I hope that when the concert starts, the line stays here. Like, he was having his best life in that line.
He probably was, honestly. He, you know, it was so funny. He's like, damn, it is so loud in here. And mind you, Hard Rock Stadium is an open stadium, and it was still so loud. I can't imagine what it sounds like in her next show because they're all in domes.
No, and I remember hearing when she was in Miami, last year, the year before, I remember watching this one meme of this girl who was listening to the concert from outside and freaking out the whole time. And you could hear it quite easily from the parking lot and even a little bit further. So it's loud. So
it was insane, but great time. Oh my God. Love her. Love Taylor Swift. I hope someday I can see her again in concert. But if I don't, then you know what? It's okay because I've already seen this one.
Yep. And speaking on the behalf of a friend, I'm not going to say any names, but hopefully the next time you can go just a girls trip. Just make it a girls trip and have fun doing your girls thing. Like I said, not speaking for anyone specifically, but just in general. Anyway, what's going on in the world of threads?
Okay, I have a few threads. I wanted to read this one to you because obviously you cannot escape my insurance question.
Oh, fuck. I can't escape this world. Okay. What's going on?
This person threaded, I guess, wrote in their thread. Threaded? Perfect. So we're going to call it. They threaded. It says, auto insurance companies should give us money back at the end of the year if we had no accidents and no claims.
Yeah, that would be nice, but
why don't they?
Why don't they?
I was like, yeah, like I never understood
because
that.
No company does that. Because it's the same thing. Like, because companies are fucking made by people who want to make profit for the exact same reason. Right. They are 100%. I agree with you. But that's like saying, why doesn't AT&T or Verizon give us money back after they fucking go down for 3 straight days and I can't make a phone call? No one got any money back. Maybe you got like a fucking store credit or something, but no one got any actual money back from that. As far as the thing with insurance, you're paying that much money not based on the way you drive, but the way that the general collective of people in your area drive. So that's why you don't get money back, because it's based on the fact that we're just charging you what it costs to be in your area based on statistics. That's also why, though, if you're with pretty much any major company, after a certain amount of time, they do give you those longevity discounts. Right?
Yeah.
But that's why they're a for-profit company, okay? Yeah.
Oh, let me tell y'all. I thought Texas drivers were the worst. Oh my God. Floridians. I don't know how y'all are out here with driver's license, because my God, I think just on our way from the airport to our Airbnb, we probably almost got hit like twice. And people are they're the craziest drivers I have ever been around. And I never want to drive in Florida ever again.
So I have a theory about that. And I'm not going to say that they're not bad drivers, but I'm going to say that it is driving you're not used to. Okay? So my point in that is Vegas, where I'm from, is kind of the perfect example of this, right? Everyone says that the driving in Vegas is terrible. And I don't think that it's actually that people in Vegas are bad drivers. I think the issue is that we are such a collective of people that everyone drives the way that they drove from where they came from. Right? So, people like I've always, when I talked to people about this in the past, people from California drive super fast, right? People from New York drive super aggressive. People from Arizona drive super lackadaisical. But they all come here and it combines to be a huge clusterfuck of driving.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is that I'm not going to say that the people you ran across in Florida were not good or were not bad drivers. But also I do think that there is something to be said about understanding how the driving mentality of the local populace works.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that. They sucked at driving.
No, yeah, terrible. I'm just going to say, Jesus Christ. Like I was telling Val, so Val is originally from Florida. And I was like, bro, why do your people drive like this?
That ticks off a lot of boxes, actually, when we're talking about Val as a person. So Florida man is not just a meme, okay?
Yes.
All right. That's
right about that.
And I love Val. I adore her. I let her birth my child. So it's not like, but I'm just saying that I do understand a bit more of her personality now, understanding that she grew up in that aspect of the world.
Yep. And she went to UF. So
what's don't even get me started. Okay. That's the murder capital of the world. That's what FX and Netflix have been telling me. So, what is the next thread?
Okay. Next thread. I wanted to get your opinion on this one. It says, if your partner requests a copy of your recent STD test results before progressing in your relationship, would that make you feel offended?
I guess it would depend on not what stage we're at, obviously, but like where we're at as a couple in the relationship, right? Have we been talking long? Is that something? Because my point is, if you say that to me up front and you're like, hey, I just want you to know I'm cool talking to you, I'm cool going on dates, but we're not going to do anything until I see a STD report. Right. Okay, you're being open and honest with me. But if you wait until the end of date number 3 when we think that stuff is going to happen and we're making out on the couch or whatever, about to go down to the piss basement, okay? And then you decide that you're going to be like, no, I need to see your STD card or whatever. And that's what I mean. It depends on how the delivery comes. I'm not going to sit here and say that I wouldn't be put off to a degree, but that's not because I feel like it's an inappropriate question. It's just because it's not something you commonly come across.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, it's kind of,
I'd be taken off guard and then I'd be like, all right, well, what do I have to go to the Planned Parenthood when they open up, or do I have to go to my that's the other part is I would make myself look like a dumbass, because then I have to start asking her questions about well, where do you want me to go? Is there an app I can take?
Bro, have you not gotten an STD check at all?
Not in a long ass time. Okay.
I'm pretty sure just your primary care does it.
Okay. That's the real question. When's the last time you went to a doctor?
Oh my God.
Moving on.
Look, now that you're going to get real health insurance, all right, you better use your shit.
Dude, don't even talk to me about that, okay? Real health insurance is kind of, depending on how, it's still Obamacare. There are other options, right? But I did the math. We actually have to sit down this weekend to talk about it. I'm
sure your open enrollment is close.
Well, that doesn't matter for me because I get to sign up because I'm starting with the company.
Yeah, that's what I mean. but don't you get 30 days to sign up or something? No.
Well, whatever, so I sign up, as long as I sign up before my 90-day probationary period is over, then I'm good. Okay. So good. Every day when I log in, there's a a fucking 24-hour ticker right there that you have 40 days left.
It's important.
No, I get that. But I did the calculations because it's all right there. You click a couple of things and it tells you. Yeah. And it's almost unfeasible still. In order to do a decent healthcare program for me, my wife, and my child,
it gets expensive when you add dependents and a spouse.
It is $900 a paycheck.
Oof.
That's my whole thing, man. After taxes, that's my whole thing, pretty much.
That does suck, and it's true. Like if you're a single person, or if your spouse has their own insurance, it's fine, right? And I was looking at doing like the math on how much with my new job, how much my insurance would be compared to how much if Keith was to add me onto his. Astronomically, so much more. And I go, why do health insurance companies do that? Like when you add a dependent or a spouse, I
guess it's the implication. Look, the dependent, it wasn't even I think it was less expensive to have the dependent of Asher, probably because of his age, rather than like if I just did one or the other, it was less expensive for Asher than it was for the EP. Yeah. But I guess the thought process is that if they're on your insurance, then they're not working or able to get their own insurance. I guess. I don't know. We're probably going to do it where she keeps hers and I keep mine. And Asher's young. He'll be fine. Okay. Like it's fine. Whatever. He's strong.
I have a question about that. Do you split like the dependents like year or something with your ex-wife? Like does she put him on hers for a year?
Taxes are you talking about?
No. Like or do you both have him insured under both of your insurances? Like health insurance?
Think normally he's been insured under his mom, but since his mom is looking for I think she might have just found one actually, but I think since she's still looking for one, he doesn't have insurance actively. So
okay.
Yeah.
I wondered how that works. Like, would he be insured under both of you, or?
I mean, he can be, but it's just really double insuring, so there's no point, right?
Yeah.
Plus, I think there's tax benefits if you. I don't know. It's a whole thing. Are there any more threads?
Yes. Okay. How did we get talking about health insurance?
Because it's so expensive. $900 a paycheck. Not even a month, a paycheck.
That is ridiculous. And I bet you still have like a super high deductible too. So
I think that one was with the lower deductible. I like it with all three of them with the higher deductible stuff. I think it drops down to somewhere around like $400 or $500 a paycheck. So still super feasible. Oh, we could throw Vision on for $2 a month though. That's fine. That's whatever. That doesn't cost anything.
Okay. Well, speaking of paying for too much things, what subscriptions is worth every penny for you?
Oh, one that I use is Dropout, which it's a group of what is it called when you do like, oh my God, it's a group of comedians essentially that do a bunch of different shows that that company Dropout produces. Most of the shows that they're famous for are like Dungeons and Dragons type shows, right? Okay. So they'll sit down, they'll play. I don't know if you ever heard of Critical Role, but it's the exact same thing as Critical Role. But yeah, they sit down and they play a game of Dungeons and Dragons, and that one game will take place over like 20 episodes or whatever. So there's that. They also have Game Changers, which is a game show in which they do a different game show every single time. So like one time it'll be a Survivor game, and the next time it is no talking at all. And the next time it's actually Simon Says. Like, it's awesome. There's a whole bunch of different things on there, but that's definitely worth every single dollar because not only is the content on there great, but it also does make you feel like you're supporting directly the people that I would want to support, right? I'm not paying Netflix that somehow filters the money mostly to Billy Bobby Brown, but to other people too in a fashion. But yeah, so that's one. I'm trying. What other subscriptions do I have?
Wow. That sounds familiar to like I used to love watching the Try Guys, but now they have like their own
YouTube channel. Yeah.
No, but I mean they have their own separate. Like I think they're going like a paid subscription outside of YouTube.
Everyone's doing the paid subscription outside of YouTube now.
Yeah,
there's too many.
Too many.
Does your cell phone bill count as a subscription service? Because if that's one, then yeah, that I get every dollar out of that one for sure.
I think we all do. But no, not your cell phone. I'm sorry. That's
what about
just your
you?
bill.
What is a recurring subscription that is worth every penny?
Honestly, I don't know. I can't tell you. Like I barely watch Disney Plus now. We don't even, honestly, I can't tell you the last time I opened the Disney Plus app. I love Max, but I get it for free, so I can't really count that because I get it through my cell phone bill.
Yeah, so my
company.
My situation is different because of the kid, right? The kid, it's important to have Disney and Netflix for him specifically. But I'm with you. Disney would not be as heavy of a hitter because of the one that we're signed up with didn't also have all the other stuff included, like Hulu and I don't know if they're going to throw Max into it now or whatever.
They have too many bundles that they're trying to do.
Right.
Like, why are we doing this?
God, I'm trying to think.
So I really, I would say Sling TV is what we use, but we only have that during football season.
I need to get you a link so we can call it a day, okay?
Maybe. Yeah, but I mean, we like Sling TV. I can watch regular TV if I wanted to, like cable, and it's still cheaper than actually installing cable type thing.
Yeah, fair. That's the next thing that I'm waiting for is for the internet companies to actually catch up out here, so I don't have to pay so much for what most people don't have to pay so much for internet. Okay, so that's.
I'll let you know if I
think of any other subscriptions. Because mostly the ones are just bills. Just rent is a subscription that I get most of the usage out of. All right.
My mortgage, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
All right. But before we go, I've been wanting to talk a little bit about the NFL for the last couple of weeks, but we're not really a sports show.
We're not.
And I figured if it was just one topic, I didn't want to do that. So we're just going to rapid fire through a couple different things. First off, one reason I cannot talk sports on this show is because I cannot talk about my own team because I'm way too reactionary. Okay. 2 weeks ago, if we did this show and I talked about the Seahawks, I would have said, Mike McDonald sucks. This was a bad hire. Look what he's doing. It's not, his defense isn't effective. None of that stuff. And now we got a little healthier. We got to play. And that was, by the way, when we lost to the Giants. Okay. So I was really upset about losing to fucking Danny Dimes Jones. Okay. We get a little healthier. And the following week, now we look dynamic on both sides of the ball. We're intercepting. We're throwing dimes. And now I'm just like, yes, best hire ever. Right. So I can't talk about Daniel Jones, or I can't talk about my Seahawks. What I can talk about is what possibly might be one of the worst teams in the league. Your Dallas Cowboys. What's happening in Jerry World? Which, by the way, have you heard of the fucking newest controversy about the fucking the tours going on in the stadium?
No, I have not heard about it.
So
What's happening
apparently
in the tour?
Jerry has like groups of 10 to 20 people every 40 minutes doing full tours of the stadium during NFL season. And it wouldn't be so bad. Oh, and the practice facility. And it wouldn't be as bad, except that they also are like running across players and coaches during this entire process. And it's pulling. Players have been starting to complain. Jerry said, shut the fuck up, as he does. So it's just.
But why is he doing it?
So that he's famous, obviously. Because he loves being talked about, because he's Jerry Jones. Because most people were thinking he was doing it for money, right? Because that is, I want to say the tours are like $40 a pop. If you stick around to watch a hologram of Jerry Jones, it ups it to $95 or something. But a lot of people were saying that he was doing that for the money, except that it's considered a football income. And as a result, he has to split that with the league. So it profits something like $10 million a year, and the Cowboys only get like 150,000 of it or something like that. So,
okay, that's weird. I thought you were saying like he was doing tours for like, trying to fix something with the stadium because people are always complaining about the fucking sun. Like,
just
I don't know.
People are just touring the stadium just because.
Like, I did the tour of the stadium, but not during football season.
You're one of the problems, Judy, okay? What's going on with your team, though? Like, Dak looks terrible.
Everybody looks terrible. Okay, I feel like as soon as Dak and CD got paid, like, nothing else mattered.
I don't want to disagree with you, but also, I think part of it is that you guys just didn't do anything in the off season. Like your big acquisition was Ezekiel Elliott.
Fuck, it pisses everybody off out here. All right, we could have had Derrick Henry. Jerry said, "Nah, we don't need Derrick Henry." Like, goddamn, like who? I don't know. Look, I'm just watching right now. I just watch. I'm not even a fan.
Because I was gonna say, because you are a more normalized Dallas Cowboys fan, let's say. So are you at the point where you've given up on the team for the season, or do you need to? I am. Yes, you're done. You're already.
Like,
what if they come back and beat Philly next week or whatever?
Fine, cool. If they beat them, cool. I hate Philly. Anybody that beats Philly, awesome. Good on them for beating Philly. Like, I honestly do not care. Like, I see so many people on, Twitter Twix, and I'm like, y'all still going hard for this team. Like, at some point, you just gotta just to watch football.
Nope. Every year, y'all think y'all win in the Super Bowl every single year.
Lord,
and Jerry says he's going all in and doesn't actually add any new players to the team. So
yeah. Oh God, it's just so bad. Like, I don't think we picked up anybody. I think they had a chance to pick up not Devontae Adams. Who else was out there? Who else was in the mix of something? And I think the Chiefs only got who did the Chiefs?
Oh, DeAndre Hopkins?
Yes, and I think they only gave up like what, a 5th round or something for him,
so
or
it's essentially it's a 5th round pick that can conditionally be turned into a 4th round if the Chiefs make the Super Bowl. So
right, but like, Jerry, what are we doing out here?
Well, especially when you think that Jerry traded Amari Cooper for a 5th round pick, and then Amari just got traded to the Bills for like a 3rd round pick.
Anyways.
Oh man.
I don't care about the team like that right now. Like, Mike McCarthy, you need to go, bro. Like, I'm tired of you.
Oh,
we just need some change. We need some change from him. Mike Zimmer, what are we doing with the defense?
It's not going to matter. Look, I will say this, though. Whatever you guys do, it's not going to matter. You could get fucking Sean McVay in there, and it's not going to matter.
It's not going to matter.
Because you'll still have Jerry Jones.
Yes. I remember, so I think the last few Cowboys games, Tom Brady has been the commentator.
Yeah.
And somebody said, if Tom Brady was on the Cowboys, he would not have 7 Super Bowl rings. And I 100% agree.
That's 100% true. I mean, there's a multitude of reasons for that. But no, 100%, he'd be lucky to have one, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I will say there have been some seasons where the Cowboys did have an extensive amount of talent, right? So he could have one or two, but okay. The team that we don't talk about was in the news this week, and it's because their quarterback, you know, the reason we won't talk about that
the
team,
problematic one.
yes, he went down with an Achilles injury.
Oh, yes, I heard about this.
And the fans started cheering when they saw he was injured. So I'm of two minds on this one because I would have also cheered, but I'm cheering because I don't think he is a good human. And I'm glad, and I think it's kind of BS that he gets to play this game with the accusations of having 30 women say that he essayed them. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why I cheered when I found out about it. But the feeling from the stadium is that people were cheering because he's just been playing bad, which he has been. He's been very, very bad.
Yeah. He has
but I don't know. Like, I'm fine. Booing him specifically, I obviously don't care about. But I do think it's messed up, even if the person is the worst player in the history of football. I do think it's messed up to cheer an injury of somebody on your team. Maybe if you want to do it because it's the other team, but not on your own team.
Yeah.
So
what I didn't like is I get that his teammates have to, what's the word? Have to
defend
rally. Defend him. I would say rally around him. Defend him, right? But at the same time, like they're saying, like, oh, he's a stand-up guy. No, the fuck, he's not. You can say something other than that, please.
Look, someone that I listen to a lot, Nick Wright, was saying that this just shows you how women are still thought of as a secondary class in general, because and here was his reasoning for it. Replace women with children. Replace SA with just assaulting regular people out in public. Like do you think that he would be in his position if he had 26 regular assault cases against him right now? Or if he had 26 cases of sexual assault against a minor? No,
he'd be
but because there's the woman factor, and women are a minority, essentially, right? Just like black people, Asian people, Mexican people. Being a woman is another type of being a minority. So I get why sometimes women fight so much for certain things. Disagree with maybe their ways of going about it at times, but I get it. And it's just, if there was any other thing, he wouldn't have people defending his actions. He wouldn't have people saying he is such a stand-up guy. None of that stuff would come into play. So it really sucks.
Yeah.
The other team, look, I don't care how many people they trade for. The Jets suck. Okay, they're just the Rob Salahs are no more.
They're no more.
Salah is now working for the Packers in some kind of fluid role, which is stupid, by the way. I understand if you want to stay in contact with people or whatever. Make the Jets pay you that money. Because if he gets a new job, that means that the Green Bay Packers are essentially paying him like $50,000, but that's still $50,000 the Jets don't have to pay. I would be a volunteer. He does not work for us. He is consulting for $0 a day or something like that. But no, I mean, look, Aaron Rodgers, I don't want to say he's washed, but the version of Aaron Rodgers that can just overcome whatever is washed. Unlike CD, where I thought he was gonna hurt his hammy or something, he's just like, nah, we good, we're good, not Dallas, except for winning. Exactly what I thought would happen to him is happening. He's getting all these little bips and bumps and nicks and knacks and all these tiny injuries that are now starting to mount up. And yeah, cool. They got Devontae Adams, who he's still a top. Let's be generous because we haven't been able to see him with the fact that he's had no quarterback play. So let's be generous and say he is still a top 8 receiver in the league. Okay, cool. What's Garrett Wilson, like a top 12 receiver in the league? It's not like the receivers were really the biggest issue, okay?
Right.
Oh, so that's such a train wreck, and they're doing everything. The one thing I will say to defend the Jets ownership group, at least they actually are going all in. Unlike Jerry, who says he's going all in, they are doing every single thing that they can. They just signed Hassan Reddick. They've brought in, Devontae Adams. Like, they are trying everything that they can. It's stupid, and it's going to fail and blow up in their face because they're essentially, they're trying, but they've essentially created Packers East. But like old folks home Packers East,
right?
So,
senior home.
Yeah, so that's just, it's not going to end up good. I thought the Jets would at least make the playoffs. I don't think that they will even be able to, and they're not even in a super tough division. Since he's coming back this weekend, but since he's been out for like 5 weeks or whatever, and the Patriots are just like, right? So really the only other team you're contending with in that division is Buffalo. So it's not that it was out of shot, but yeah. All right. And then last but not least, I have a bone to pick with everyone in my fantasy football league. Okay.
Okay.
Y'all aren't trying. Okay. And it's not fair to people like me who are trying. Do you know who I picked up off the waiver wire this week? Like it was nothing. I picked up Nick Chubb. He shouldn't have been available at all, okay? I picked up Nick Chubb, who's one of the best running backs in the league. I also was able to get D. Hopkins after the trade to Kansas City. What?
Yeah,
why does no one care?
I'm going to just be real with you. I've just been losing all my leagues, and at this point, I was just like, what's the point now? But look, Keith is trying. Okay.
You lose in all your leagues except for the 1 week that you play me.
Yeah. But look, Keith is actually trying. And let's not forget, I still bring up to Keith, like, oh, remember when Ryan beat you by like 0.02 points or some stupid number?
Good day for me.
Oh my goodness.
As of right now, I'm in 4th place.
Keith is in 2nd.
So I am in the playoffs.
Okay.
I'm ahead of.
I think Otis is number 1.
Otis is number 1. Keith is number 2. The EP is number 3.
EP is 3. Look at her.
Yeah. She's taking this real serious. She is. And then I'm number 4. And then we have basically the EP's family and my brother.
Am I last in our league?
No, because Ramon is actually last. And the reason for that is because I feel bad for him. Like his number 1 overall. I mean, there's probably other reasons to that, but his number 1 overall pick hasn't played a single down. He took Christian McCaffrey, who should have gotten him all the points, and instead he's just nothing. Yeah. So I want some more commitment from my league, okay? I should not have been able to pick up those players so easily.
I will say I did not look this week on who was available. So it's like I said, it's been busy.
God, I needed that Dustin Hopkins one too, because fucking Mahomes is the worst player on my team in fantasy standards this year. It's ridiculous. The fact that some weeks I have to look and I go, should I play Mahomes or should I play Bo Nix? And I actually have to think about it. I have to sit there and think about, should I play Patrick fucking Mahomes or Bo Nix? I don't, it's not fair that I should have to have that kind of conversation in my head, okay? All right.
Okay.
That's why we don't talk a lot of football on this show, okay? I'm a little too emotional about it. So that'll do it for this week, guys. Okay, I'm gonna take a cat nap now, and just think about how I am not first place in a league that just leaves all these players on their goddamn waiver wire.
Okay.
warrior spirit. Thank you guys for listening to the show, and we will maybe be back next week. I don't know. Judy probably is going on another trip, so she has a lot going on.
I have a lot going on.
Thank you guys for listening, though, and we will see you next week right here on A Conversation with Judy and Ryan. Bye.
Bye.